All the benefit, they get it, ride the whip. I know you die for nothing. Make you no say anything when you do, they must commend it.
Welcome in, y'all. Welcome. Thank you.
Plenty, so
Y'all come on in. Hey. Y'all come on in. We are back. We are back with a new episode, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hi.
We're going to give y'all some time to go ahead and tap on that live because y'all don't want to miss tonight's episode. Welcome in, y'all. Hey, y'all in the chat. What's up?
Different things them happening, schemes and
Come on, y'all. We are back in a new week. It's another Wednesday. And y'all see the beautiful ladies I have with me tonight. Come on, y'all. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
I love it. Y'all, we are in a brand new week. Let's go. We are giving y'all some time to tap on in. Come on, y'all. We know y'all ready. We know y'all been waiting on this. Hey, come on, y'all. I have these beautiful ladies with me tonight. I am so excited. And I just want to welcome y'all back to the Ladies Lounge, where we have real conversations that meet real connections. I am your host, Britt Danielle, and today's episode, y'all, is something truly special because we're diving into the bonds that beyond blood, beyond time, and definitely beyond seasons. So tonight we are going to talk about sisterhood, the kind that weathers the storm. We celebrate wins, and we definitely push through with fierce dedication, love, and loyalty. It's about friendship, family, and the beautiful strength that comes from standing together. And joining me are the phenomenal women behind AJULE, y'all. And I am so excited. Welcome AJULE to the Ladies Lounge. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Hey.
I'm so excited y'all here. So we're going to talk about legacy, laughter, and lessons, and the realities of what it takes to keep a sisterhood thriving through every chapter of life. So y'all already know in the chat, and if you're watching live, listen, grab your tea, grab your tribe, tune in, share out the live, because we're going to dive into Sisters Beyond Seasons, and you definitely don't want to miss this. But before we go any deeper, y'all, we got to go over some house rules. So we do ask that you are being respectful. You know, we do ask that we want you to ask questions, right? Actively engage, and most importantly, have fun. So I always like to start off with the icebreaker question. And I'm going to just, before we even go deep into that, because I know people probably like, who is AJULE? What's AJULE about? You know, I was getting some people in my inbox. Before we start, can you share with the world who is AJULE?
I'm start that. Start that.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start because I'm like, who's gonna start? Okay, I'm gonna start. So basically, in a nutshell, AJULE is us 5 ladies, and we just put our first initials in the name. So we have A for April, J for Jessica, U for Ugama, L for Lacey, and E for Isha. Okay.
Even though my name is Aisha, A was already taken, so I'm gonna
she has to explain this every time.
I do. Because random people gonna just walk up and start calling me Isha. Isha's earned. It's Aisha.
Period.
I'm done.
So there we have it. The beautiful ladies of AJULE is rocking out with your girl in the Ladies Lounge. Y'all, I am so excited. And as I already shared, this is my favorite episode, and we didn't even start yet because I am biased, y'all, because we are American Patriots alumni. So just to put it out there, you know, the real Patriots, just to put it out there as well.
What happened? And ain't no flip floppers over here. We fully
Hello.
American patriots.
I'm telling you.
We ain't Carol City and American patriots. We just American patriots.
Come
over
on now.
There you go. You better say it.
So shady.
I'm kind of out again. Sorry, y'all. You know, I went to the West for 9th grade. Just we're gonna push that to the side.
But it's
Bring
okay. You
that
No
up.
matter
graduated
what your
American.
diploma say, that's what
Stop
really
and
matters.
bring that up.
I don't
What's your
want nobody
what's your
bringing
high
up my
school degree
past and
say?
saying, you know, you went to the West.
It's okay,
And
Isha.
I
I
guess I
left
could put it out there too.
They too gonna
By way also to a FAMU. We
Oh,
was
yes,
on the
that
hill. We was
part.
on the hill. Come
Yes,
on now. We
we
got some
were.
FAMU alumni. They in the
Yes.
building.
That's right.
It was me who going to all the FAMU activities, but went to TCC. But that's just on
That's
the.
all right.
That's
You was
okay.
the color
That's
happy with us.
okay.
You are honorary
That's
family
on
girl.
very
Hey, you
yeah,
wearing the right color
really
hair?
there.
You in there?
Let's
Yes.
go.
You in there?
Let's go, Kiki.
Y'all, as we can see, we having fun here in the lounge. But icebreaker question. If you had to describe your sisterhood, whether by blood or bond, as a season, which one would it be and why?
As a season?
As a season.
Hmm.
Definitely summer.
You said summer?
I said summer.
Okay, why?
Cause you don't see these girls, they hot, period. That's number one.
Come on.
And y'all attitudes are hot too. They are very fiery.
Hot girl.
Yes. Beautiful inside and out, but they fiery.
Oh yeah, I can agree.
Yes.
I can
I
concur.
agree.
Nothing cold over here.
Nothing.
I
Okay.
think
I was okay. Go April.
go ahead.
Go ahead, April.
The season I would pick would probably be the fall, because the fall makes me think of Thanksgiving, and like my girls, we are so thankful for each and every one of us. Like, we may not say it all the time or can, be there for everyone's good times, but we always seem to chime in at the right time and basically show everybody that we're thankful for each other. Like, these are really my sisters, and I wouldn't trade them for nothing.
Love you.
I can concur.
Lacey, don't cry now.
I'm not. That was so sweet.
That was.
No.
I would say the season for me would be spring. I thought about spring automatically. I thought about spring because I feel as though we always spring back. Like we always spring for me brings when I think about that season, it's almost like people be ready for the spring, time change, this change. I feel like we are ever changing, but we always spring back with one another. Like it's never that we can't bounce back from. So I think spring, that's what comes to mind when I think about us.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I would say winter because we the coldest chicks out here.
Come on with it. Come on with it now.
We the coldest ones out here.
Come on, Kiki.
I love it.
We got to give it to you.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yes.
That was good.
That was good. And I also agree with spring. And when I think of spring, like even in hard times where it'll be rainy, thinking of how spring is, we still blooming as friends. We still bloom for each other. We still show up for each other. So I thought of spring automatically when you said that.
I like that analogy. That was like totally different from what I said, but that was still like great. Like that was good. I like that.
I love that. So what I heard is, and this is what my sister loved to say. So I heard that y'all young, hot, and turn, right? And y'all are like a warm hug during that fall time. And then, y'all always bounce back and you even blossom when you bounce back, right? So it's just like that caterpillar turning into that butterfly when you do bounce back. But don't get it twisted because, honey, that winter shoulder is real cold. Don't play with it, right? So it's not gathered from all of this.
Don't play with it.
Play with it. Yeah.
I like how you put that together.
I did too. That was good.
And shout out to Lex because she does say that.
Right. That is her saying and be hyping me up too. This be okay, girl. Let me get together. Right.
Mhm.
So I was looking up some statistics about female friendships, and this is like one of the hot topics that we don't often talk about as females is truly how to be friends. How do you even keep that longevity as well? Because one thing that I do see a lot, especially on social media, is how often women do want that friendship, but don't know how to maintain it. And so I was looking up some statistics, and now for strong friendship, it does equal better mental health. And according to a report by the American Psychological Association, people with strong social ties are 50% more likely to live longer.
Oh wow.
Close female friendships experience lower level of anxiety, depression, and stress, and a higher level of just life satisfaction overall. A lot of female friendship help during the transitions of life, like motherhood, divorce, or career shifts. Female friendships act as an anchor, providing both the practical help and emotional strength. And on the average, women spend more time maintaining friendship through calls, messages, meetups, more than men do. So just put it out there. Okay. We do work harder than men when it comes to our friendship. But I want to ask, what does true sisterhood mean to you all?
Mm. Well, I would say, I'm gonna just say two things that stuck out to me the most. Look at me about to cry already. I would say,
Always a bag of water.
Always crying.
I would say two things that stuck out to me is believing in me when I don't believe in myself. That has that is a part of sisterhood, and kind of being that anchor. You know, we always try to make sure we don't put too much pressure on each other, but we are each other anchors sometimes, and we need that. So that's just two things. Besides, love is one of the most important things, I think, too. But those are my things right there.
That's good, Jess.
Mhm.
I would say the true friendship for me, I feel as though when I was writing a few notes down, I feel like the biggest takeaway, and I don't know if this relates to your question, but the biggest takeaway for me for this group is the fact that we have formed blended families. So I feel we're beyond friends. We're like family. Like Ogama, if I see Miss Wahiri, I'm like, oh, like, is this seem like that's my mama? You know, like, or it's like,
Right.
you know, like it's just we're blended family. So when our families see each other, we greet each other, and I like, oh, that's April friend. Or, no, that's April's sister, and that's like, you know, it's almost like they know, like you need to get with those girls because they're not going nowhere. That's your yeah, yeah.
I agree.
So I feel like we're beyond friends. We're family. Yeah, we're past friends.
Yeah.
Definitely past friends.
I can concur with Isha, because I know a lot of times my family, they be looking for everybody. They be like, "Where's Jess? Where's Mama? I ain't seen Isha."
Go down the list.
And what they used to call Lacey, what that girl with the baby. So, you know, for me, I think what friendship looks like is that positive affirmation, you know, that, you know, listen, we're gonna get through this, you know, it may rain right now, but you know, the sun gonna come out. So whatever we can get through, we're gonna get through. Nothing is too hard for us. You know, we just gotta pray and stick together. And that's what I love the most about these girls, because, you know, they may not call me every day, but they'll text me and say, "Hey, I was just thinking about you. I'm praying for you." You know, and that's what makes me smile in the morning when I see those text messages, you know, that my friends thought about me today. They love me, they care about me, and they just want me to be well. So, you know, that's what I enjoy the most. It's like the love and the positive affirmation.
That was good.
Yeah. And I would say sisterhood to me is like bonds that are not just built on like laughter with each other, but just like weathering storms together. So like just being present in the crucial times. And I think as a group of ladies and sisters, we have been there for each other when it means the most. And if we're not, we send a representative from our family.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely
And
do that.
yes,
Yeah.
to be present, so that each other knows that they're thought of and loved. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree with that, Ogama. I really like that representative because yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, before we go any further, we gotta put some respect on it. Tell us, how long have y'all been friends, sisters, family? How long we been in the paint now?
Well, we just had our 20-year reunion. So for me, I'm gonna say 20 years, but a few of these ladies knew each other before I knew them.
Yeah.
Girl,
'Cause
it's
I
more
know
than 20 years for you too.
it's been more than 20 years because we in 2025, sis, and we was
I was gonna say
2018.
my 20th reunion is coming up.
It's
Yeah.
really crazy how you guys just had to make it sound old. But I
Okay,
was
it's neither here
trying
nor
to,
there.
I was trying to get us a little bit younger, but
Our black ain't cracking, no worries. It's cool.
yeah,
What'd
you're
you
right.
say, Brittany? We still young, fine, and turned. It's okay.
Hello,
Right.
come on, somebody.
So 22 years?
At
Wow.
minimum 22 years. Like I've known Jessica since middle school.
Yeah.
I know Lacey since 9th grade.
Yep.
And I know April since 11th, and Isha since 11th. I feel like I brought all us together, but they not gonna say that.
No, I think you are the common
Let's talk
denominator.
about it.
No, the
You?
denominator,
I've
and I'm
known you
the main
since
one
the
to
ninth
you.
grade, girl.
Well,
Talking about
there's a
11th
reason why
grade.
you in the middle.
10th.
I've known you since
Yeah,
the ninth
April was
grade.
9th grade. It was 9th grade. No, because remember I left and came back. That's why I'm
Right,
saying
but
that.
we was in HOSA together.
I know, girl. Don't
Don't do that. Don't be
don't do
cutting
Shout
that.
out
my
to
I love
years
you, girl.
short.
I love you.
Oh,
Sorry.
but you know what? You know what I want to
I
add?
love you, twin.
You know what I add? I want to thank Brittany for bringing us together because honestly, it's never all five of us as a
Never.
No.
on the
Yeah.
phone.
Somebody gonna end up not getting.
Okay, it's never all five of us. It's either one, two, maybe three, but five.
Usually three. It's usually three, and it be two missing.
Usually 3.
It's usually three. It's two missing.
And it
Or
ain't me.
if if somebody delivering a baby, we gonna get 4. So it's usually 3. And then if
That's
something
true.
real big happen, it's 4. But then
Yeah,
the person come in and they gonna text us or
yeah,
get
yeah.
caught up.
So
Yeah.
thank you, Brittany, for doing this because
Well, and look,
it's
I'm gonna pass the flowers back to you because first of all, thank each and every one of you for showing up here in the lounge. But the thank you is to Jess. She's the one that reached out for it and said, "How do we get on? I want my girls on. This means say less. What we doing? I already got a topic for
Jessica
y'all.
Gama.
I've been waiting. Look, I've been waiting for this moment.
because we always talking about a podcast. So I got to throw Lacey out there because let me test you out real quick. Let's get on this
Look, I
podcast.
want to say one thing, Lacey. You didn't even get a chance to touch on what true friendship was because I need you to.
Why are you taking notes?
Yeah, I mean, I need you to, because I want to know how you feel about me. So say it.
Ma'am. Oh my gosh.
Don't hear why we live on this YouTube.
Okay, let me see. True friendship, true sisterhood. I think I piggyback off of what Ugama said and some of what April said. It's how we show up for each other. I don't know if you guys caught it when April tried my whole life and said that some of the families refer to me as the girl with the baby. First of all, the baby is grown. The baby is about to be 19. So y'all sit down somewhere. And
They're gonna never stop saying that. They're not gonna never
They're
stop.
not gonna stop.
I think Isha Daddy started that.
Yeah, my dad started that.
But so yes, I was the first one in AJULE to have a baby, and the way these girls stuck with me, like I'm talking about, they wouldn't even go to the club some nights because I couldn't go, and they didn't want me to be home by myself. I think Ugama had to do an all-nighter in the emergency room with me. Just so much.
Back us throughout class time and
Yes, because I was very nauseous and sick. And to me, those types of things like definitely define sisterhood and friendship because everybody isn't out here doing that. They had their own stuff going on and they still were just like loving on me. Threw me the biggest baby shower ever. Like, I mean, they just showed out. They showed out big time. And I'll never, ever, ever, ever forget it. Like, ever.
I feel the same way about the baby shower. Y'all are so awesome.
Oh,
It was lit, right?
yes.
But it was only right because we used to throw bomb parties anyway in college. So the baby shower had to be lit too. It had
Correct.
to.
We did throw bomb parties.
I agree.
That's true.
And you know what? And to stay on that path of giving out flowers, so I'm the younger one who watched you all grow up, right? So I came in ninth grade, and it was you all senior year. But what I genuinely loved was just how serious y'all took friendship. Like y'all did not play about each other, and so there were times I got to tag along, whether we going to coops, if we going out to the moon.
Late
You know,
night.
going to the let out at Denny's or something. Like, and so to watch you ladies just embrace each other and then just see y'all grow throughout the years, it was just like, man, I love that. And it's like, I want that. I want a true bond. I want a true sisterhood and friendship. So just, at the admiration I have for each one of you all, I now have started my own, I call them the crew. And they actually showed up for me for my birthday. And I put it out there and I said what it is because we're going to talk about it a little later. But I think it's so important that you got to say what it is that you need in your relationships, especially your friendships. And I love what y'all said of just how we can stay connected even through we in the digital age. So whether it's y'all come in the lounge or you're texting, something that just reminds me that you are still here. It may not be physically, but just spiritually, emotionally, you tapped in. And I think that is just so phenomenal. So going through high school and college, and then now just being out here and then just everyday world, like it's just an honor to know you all and to have that example of what true friendship really looks like. So thank you. Shout out to all you beautiful ladies. So, and now, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not
Please don't, because I'm a crier too. But no, that's real talk. Like y'all out here doing y'all thing, and I be so proud. I'm like the little sister in the back. Like I see y'all. Come on with it. So when Jess reached out, it was like an honor. Like, oh wow, y'all see me out here, doing my thing and doing something positive that made you want to reach out and say, you know what, let's do this. So, and that's what it's all about. For people who are watching, I think it's so important that you give your friends, you give women their flowers, definitely while they live it, because it ain't gonna do no good if on the other side, what good is that gonna do? So I think that's so important. And what I understood so much from what you ladies have shared of true sisterhood it isn't just about shared experience or matching the vibes. It's just about that deep intentional connections because you have to be intentional. We keep this bond going from what I'm understanding. And it's built off of trust, love, loyalty, and the mutual respect. I gotta respect your time because we moms out here. We rich aunties, right? Let's talk about it. We got life going on. So I have to respect that if I am doing something that you may not be available as much as I would want you to. So you can be full of unfiltered, just yourself. I could be authentically who I am amongst, my sisters here. And it's definitely some accountability as well. That's what it definitely sounds like is going on. Y'all celebrate each other. When life gets heavy, you show up the best way you can. And it sounds like you are grateful for just you being able to just show up however that looks, where you are in your life. So true sisterhood grows through seasons. It can be joyful and painful, and it's rooted in consistency and communication.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but it's definitely powerful.
Agreed.
I
agree.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm up. I like that.
So that's the foundation of sisterhood. Now, I have a question because when we talk about like the different seasons and in the lifelong lesson, so I know outside of AJULE, you all have your friendships outside of that. or experience the lack thereof. You know, we keep it real here. For you, what's the difference between that seasonal and lifelong friendship?
Well, I mean, for me, seasonal and lifelong friendships is just that's what it is. It's like you can have those friends that you know are your ride or die friends, and I feel like everybody here are my ride or die friends, and you're definitely going to have some people, either as friends, associates that are in your life that can be prominent in that time, in that season for you, but you know who to call. You know who gonna be there for you. You know if you are dog sick, if your friend is going to send you a care package all the way from Atlanta. You know people who are gonna just show up and be like, "Hey, Isha, how's Miss Guana doing?" Like that doesn't really come with all seasonal friends, because seasonal friends don't really know everything about you. They know about what's going on with you during that season. You get what I'm saying? Like they know what you're telling them. These people, not these people, but these women on this Zoom are like, we grew up together. So they're gonna know the good, the bad, the ugly about you. You know what I mean? So those, I would say, seasonal friends are just that. That doesn't mean that they're not good friends or good people in your life. But you're gonna have, for me, I'm speaking for myself, those ride or die friends who going, like, they gonna ride with you to the end. It ain't really no getting away. Like, we gonna have a million fuss. Like, you ain't do this, you ain't do that. Okay, but welcome, man. Like, okay, but all right, Lacey, I heard you said. But you know what? We can't get rid of each other. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're kind of like
Those
stuck together.
we stuck. Those seasonal friends, you're like, oh yeah, where'd that block button at? Yeah, there we go. You can't do that with these people.
Like, don't let us be mad at each other, because one of our mamas be like, what's going on? What's happening? No.
Because if you block me, I'm gonna call you from another number.
Okay.
They go that winter.
What you thought?
Oh, like we don't even go that far, like to think that
Yeah, we don't
we
even.
probably gonna just call one another and be like, "What you think? What you think?" Or we not that little word not even gonna come in our minds, because
No, I ain't doing that.
yeah. So seasonal friends is just, it's that, but you know who your ride or dies are.
Yeah. I think the difference between like seasonal and lifelong, you said like lifelong friends. I would probably say like the intentionality between the two. Like lifelong friends are super intentional, thoughtful. Like Lacey talked about her baby shower. These girls threw a big, big, big baby shower for my twins. Totally like my like just everything I needed to come back home to. And this is me coming to Miami. I haven't been back to Miami since I left Miami, right? But I came down for the baby shower, and they like were so intentional with the details surrounding the baby shower and just showed up for me more than I could have showed up for myself if I tried. So I think the difference between that is just the intentionality surrounding it. Because seasonal friends, again, like Isha said, they just kind of know you in that season. They don't know your ins and out. They don't know the details of what you like, dislike. They don't know the details of what ticks, what doesn't tick you. They just know whatever you have presented in that season. So I would say intentionality is something I would see more in a lifelong friend than a seasonal friend.
I agree.
I like that word, intentionality.
I would like to say with seasonal friends, I feel like God sends us seasonal friends when He knows that, our long life friends have so much on their plate that they can't, really be there at that moment. You'll get that text, or you'll get that card, or you'll get something showing that, what I'm saying, hey sis, I'm there with you. I just can't be there physically. I feel like God always sends those seasonal people to like pick up the slack.
Yeah.
And that's what really helps. But then when when you think about it, you be like, dog, I miss my girls. And then all of a sudden it's like pop up. It's like automatic for us. Like, I mean, at least that is for me. You know what I'm saying? Because when I really need them the most, it's like they're right there. But that seasonal person, you know what I'm saying? They're seasonal for a reason. You know, it's good to have them, but we know who our go-to girls are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's good.
You know what? All I think about is that little meme. No, is that a meme? No, it's just a little video that's floating around. It's like when you know you got down to the ground and you need their friend to come up and you just come right here and here she comes. I'm back, bitch. She back. I'm back. We back in here, okay?
There go that spring.
I
There
never
goes spring
left.
right there.
Right.
What I missed.
This is what
Catch
I
me
need.
up.
This is what I needed.
Right here. Yep. That's so true.
The key is though, I think, to be grateful for all of the friendships, right?
Yeah.
The
Very much
lifelong
grateful.
friends and the seasonal.
Yep.
I'm jealous. Like when I see them hanging out with other girls, I be like, whatever. But deep down,
Petty.
I'm grateful because I can't be everything. I can't be at all places at all times. I'm way in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I may roll my eyes a little bit, but deep down, I'm happy that somebody is there for my sister at the end of the day. So that's good that you pointed that out, April. We have to be grateful for all of the friendships.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very grateful. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for
I
pointing
really
that out.
appreciate you saying God in the forefront. That was really good. Like that was you
Oh,
what our doing is God intervening. So that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yummy.
It
Y'all
does.
never seen like I don't know their name, but it's like this round table talk almost, and it's like a bunch of girls, and they have to say something that's really funny, or they say something that's like, everybody just be like, like I
Oh
feel like that's what we doing, like, yeah, that's
yeah.
a good one.
Like,
I don't know about y'all, but this is very therapeutic for me. Like it just feels, I don't know. It's just, it relieves it. It's like you don't think about nothing else that's going on, and it kind of like your day could have been horrible, but then like at this moment, it kind of brings you back peace and serenity. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
I love that.
So
And
true.
so I'm gonna answer that question too about the difference between seasonal and lifelong friendship. So I do believe that seasonal friendships come into your life. Like you guys said this, you ladies said this, for a specific purpose or a period. They are important because it does teach you something. It supports you through a phase or a walk just for that moment. Like it's, the leaves fall during fall time. So that's that seasonal friend that they were there for whatever you needed in that moment. God sent them to you in that moment, and it was to help grow you through whatever that phase was. And that's okay. They're not meant to last forever. They just meant to grow you through that particular season. They serve a purpose, but not a performance. And
Mm-hmm.
for the lifelong friendship, on the other hand, that's rooted. That's the we're going deep with the lifelong friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Your lifelong friend evolves as you evolve. So I'm not the same person that I was 20 years ago with my best friend Crystal. And I get more now flowers. She gives me a lot more flowers because she's like, man, I just love the person that you have grown into, this woman that you've grown into. And I take that very personal because I did the work. I did the self journey and set with myself. So April, when you was like, this is therapeutic, this is why I do the podcast, because this is therapeutic for me. It helps me get through my anxiety. I get to talk, and have amazing people like yourselves to come on as well and share yourself with me. So that lifelong friendship, it doesn't make you feel like you're alone when you're going through life. So even if it's just a thought, you don't have to say it out loud. The words don't have to leave your mouth. But sometimes we can feel like, where my friend at, and then boom, you get a text. Or Lacey, I'm like you too. If I see my friend out with somebody else, we get on Facebook and they say, I see you with that little girl. Just being funny. Because it's like you my friend. But that lifelong friendship withstands distance, disagreement, and time. It's not perfect, but it's planted in love, trust, and that mutual effort, being intentional. They're the ones that show up for every chapter, whether you're on the mountain or in the valley. Both friendships, although are important and very valuable, but it's the lifelong ones that remind you again that you are not alone.
Good. Good.
That's just something, we talk about the foundation of that sisterhood. Now we talk about, I know we done talked about babies and deliveries and family. Y'all got stuff going on. Y'all are women out here who are doing y'all thing. Again, I'm watching and learning as well. So when we talk about this sisterhood, how do y'all juggle with being in different cities and states and y'all momming? And life is life. And how do you juggle that and still show up for your friends?
I would say that, like Ugama said, intentionality, but I will also say that that's one part of our friendship that we need to work on. We almost like use the needs that we had when we first met versus the needs that we have now. So we don't really like ask how can we be better friends in this season. So I feel like that's one thing that we need to work on. Not saying that it's still not present, because even with a busy schedule that I have or a busy schedule that Ugama have, like, thank God for anybody who created group chats, because we check in through there. We can do better, but that's one of the ways that we do check in and give each other like updates, birthdays, kids' birthdays, stuff like that. I would say, like, we try our best to come together on sometimes, but schedules are different. But I would like to see more intention on asking how can we be better friends in this season.
Right. I agree.
And before the next person answer, I just want to say shout out to everybody that's in the chat. We got some beautiful people in the chat as well. D is on. I had to shout D out real quick. Thank you for being here, cousin. We appreciate you. Dr. Kenyatta, we see you, Maze. Just thank y'all for tuning in and being here with us. So definitely wanted to, give you all your flowers that's watching in the chat. Okay.
Thank y'all.
And see.
Avery, you about to pick up on that?
No, go ahead, girl. I lost the train of thought.
I'm sorry.
I would say, because of how things are going, right now with everybody, got a lot of stuff going on, not really able to check up or check in, and stuff like that. But at this point, sometimes just holding on to the memory, and because it seemed like the connection never leaves. So you hold on to the memory, and then when you finally get with that person, or we finally talk or whatever, we express how we feel, and just trying to maintain a deep connection, because that the surface stuff doesn't really work out. Eventually it ends up kind of dying off, so we don't keep that deep connection. Then we don't want to lose us. So I would just say, just holding on to memories that just, we have created so many memories, and it hold us down too. But in our next set of years, we also need to create memories too, so we keep that deep connection.
I definitely agree. I think some things that, although we don't always do them, but sometimes between each of us, we may do it individually towards each other. Just like thinking about you, text messages, or like other ways people can maintain friendships, or even us, is like FaceTime. Thank God we all have iPhones. So we could do FaceTime calls or voice notes, or, something along those lines, just so that, and honestly, we already do these things
Yeah.
every now and then, but we could just be a little bit more intentional
Yeah.
with it. you know, maybe kind of coming up with whether it's going to be monthly or bi-monthly, whatever the case may be, where we get on. Because COVID kind of like really put things into perspective when we really couldn't see nobody, even the person that was like next door to you. And so we had to utilize technology so much. Zoom, all these things took off because we needed it to communicate. So
Yeah.
still holding on to those different ways of communication when you're long distance definitely plays a role and just keeps people feeling connected to you. But either way, you know, either way it goes, like we each in our own individual way try to figure out a way to make that work, whether it be through pictures of updates, quick things are happening with our family, join this real quick for, you know, to support, and we'll all figure out ways to make it work. And even just for me, because I'm not down in South Florida, so a lot of times I can't always make things depending on what the schedule looks like between my kids and work. But if I have to call my mom and tell my mama she have to show up, and one thing my mom gonna do is show up. So I'm grateful for her for that. So, you know, still having our persons that fill in the gap when necessary, just so that our friends know, like, we're here, I'm here for you, even though I can't be physically there for you.
Yeah. Yep, let's do it.
Anybody else comment?
Yes, far as us, like, you know, being able to be, you know, better friends, I feel like, you know, we do need to get back to that. Like maybe come up with some type of schedule, like Ukama said, like schedule date where it's once a month where we do like, you know, the video chat, and we just give each other updates on what's coming up, how can I be present, if I can be present. Let's just try to make it, because a lot of the stuff that we see on the news and like on social media about, you know, a lot of our outside friends that have, you know, or schoolmates that have passed away, and it's like they passed away at a such young age, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I would literally lose my mind, you know what I'm saying, if something happened to one of my sisters. So it's like, you know, now that we're at their age of, you know, moving on into the 40s, I just feel like we have to do better, because we need to be a representative for our children that, hey, you know what I'm saying, you can have lifelong friends, like your mom, you know what I'm saying, like your mom does, you know, because everybody knows each other, you know, kids as a, that's your auntie April, or that's your auntie Isha, that's your auntie Gama, like, you know, so they know that at the end of the day. But you know, for them to actually see that in us, you know, we need to do, you know what I'm saying, do a little bit, you know what I'm saying, better of, you know, actually showing up and being there so they can see our faces, you know what I'm saying, you know, not just through video chat, but you know, in person. Like, oh snap, my auntie done showed up for me. She done came all the way, you know. I think we need to be a better example for the kids, because they really do look up to their parents at the end of the day. And it is possible, because, you know, some of these kids, well, let's see. Well, Lacey has two, but one, they're like so far apart. So one is already in college, and one is just getting his feet wet. And then Ogama with her twins, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's something that they need to see, and that we also need to try to get together to get them all together so they can know one another. You know what I'm saying? Not just the aunties, but okay, I got cousins too. So
I will say this, like for my girls who, because I only had one biological sister. Well, let me not say that. From my mom, I have one sister, and so blood sister, that's who they know. But for these girls that's on here, these are their aunties. And when I explained to them like how this came about, and then Nina said to me one day, she was like, "Mommy, I'm trying to form my own friend group like y'all. Like I want to be like y'all. Like that's what I'm trying to build here."
No.
I keep telling her like, why everybody friend. Every time I'm turning around, that's your best friend. Everybody ain't your best friend.
I'm telling you.
It's like, mommy, I'm trying to form my own group like y'all.
Or was it like my sisters? They used to be like, well, everybody can't be like a jewel, you know?
Jewel. A jewel.
I don't think of it as like, you know, a bad thing. I think everybody was just like, dang, how they, you know, like it's not like, you know, you could always see two friends together, or maybe three. That third one gonna be like, oh, I'm the third wheel, but never like 4 or 5 friends that's always rocking. People was like, how?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
But it's crazy too how we in a time where we gotta really put ourselves in each other's schedule. Like, baby, let me pin you in.
You in.
Let me see if that works. Hold on for 1 second.
The appointment book.
From 1 to 1:30. You got from 1 to 1:30. That's all I got.
That's it.
Right. But that's still intentional. Like that's still intentional. And I feel like if it's a little bit more intentional and not so sporadic, then it will happen a little bit more. And people won't be like, you know, we won't have to say, oh, it's 3 of us instead of 4 instead of 5. It's like we already planned this, you know, just an example, this 1-year trip that we always go on. Everybody know we going, the kids coming this time, or you know what I'm saying? Just planned.
Right.
Absolutely. I love that. And Isha, I think you said something that I kind of want to just like sit right there. It was something you said just now. You guys really are going into a different season of walking in your 40s now. And so when you first started, y'all was teenagers. So the love, the expectation was different then versus being in your 40s. So when you said we don't have that conversation that needs to be had of, you know, how you can show up for me, it is so important to have the conversation because my not that my love is different, but how I need for you to show up for me is different. The expectation is different now, you know, because what I needed back in my teens is I need something a little different now because we're going through life, paying these bills, you know, taking care of these kids. You need that moment where it's like, I need you to show up. We all on the group chat. Sometimes we be like, F these kids. Like, that's just something, some days, like, every morning, me and my crew, we on the phone every morning, like clockwork. That is something that we do. And I love, love, love that I started that because that's our check-in before. Like, some of us are already at work. Some of us are on our way to work. And then one person to start off like, girl, listen, F these kids. This is, okay, so what we talking about today? Like what your kid did. And then we over here to, let me tell you about the audacity. So it's, I love that you said that. And it's okay to have these conversations. Like, ladies, don't be afraid in your friendships to say, hey, can we have this conversation? Because this is how I need for you to show up. Because maybe a text message is not enough for you. Maybe you do need that face to face, whether it's, if I could just, like Jess said, 1 to 1:30, I could FaceTime you real quick, you know, well, let me just run out from what I'm doing. Or, okay, baby, I do need to schedule a trip to come. Because that's how my crew wound up coming and showing up for me for my birthday, was because I said, I need y'all. Like, you know, being up here, I'm in Jacksonville. Everybody, Moshe in Atlanta, and then everybody else is in Miami. And it was like, okay, so we gonna come together, and now we're trying this thing of showing up for everybody's birthday. That is something, because April touched on it as well. It's so important to give people your friends, you know, these sisters, like, their flowers while they living. It's so important. We see it on the news. We see it in social media. People are not waking up. They're not. And, you know, so it's now creating those memories, right? And I need to make some more memories with y'all, because probably last thing I got with some of y'all was at the baby shower that we talked about in Tallahassee. So I love that you went there, April, with it, because we do have to teach our kids, you know, not just the ones that we birthed, but also the ones that, like I said, I looked up to y'all, and we don't even know who's watching us. So creating like something, whatever that looks like, so where we can bring everybody together. My baby's 17 tomorrow. You know, like, I'm about to have a senior, y'all. And so just with that alone, it's like, just knowing that, okay, Lacey done been through it with just, I share with her, like, look at his class ring, or just whatever he's going through on his end. I try to just reach out a lot more. So we also have to hold ourselves accountable. Like, we go in our shells, and we deal with life. And it's not that it's nothing against you, because you my sister still. But I just know that these bills got to get paid. I got to take care of the house. I got to do all of these multiple hats that I wear, and I'm over here, maybe drowning, and y'all don't even know.
Yeah.
So you also have to hold yourself accountable and speak up for yourself. And it's okay to say, friend, I need you now. Like I need you to lock in. No, like for real, I need this 1 to 130 slot. I maybe needed the 145. Can you stretch it out a little bit?
Right.
Because I got to get this off my chest, or we on first 48. How this gonna go? But
Right.
either way,
Yeah.
you got
Right.
you have to speak up for yourself, and you would know that when you have that connection with your sister. And sometimes your sister may even tap in like, nah, I don't like how you sound over the phone. Or look, I don't even like how you sound through text. Now
Yeah.
we voice through text. You know what I'm saying? But I know it was something about that period that you put right there that sit right with me.
Yeah.
However that looks. So
Yeah.
I love that you all touched on that and took it to just like what goes on in society. We see it every day and we talk about it. It's easy to talk about what we want to do. The harder work is actually putting forth the effort to do it.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about being intentional, we just have to do it. It's just no way around it. You got like Nike, we got to do it.
Yeah.
That's my spiel.
Fighting for, like, if you say, we can always say like schedule is busy, but you got some people, like I heard this guy, he said, like, the most intentional people are, like millionaire and billionaires. They don't really say, I don't have the time. They make the time because not just about them being millionaire and billionaires. They know that time is one of the most valuable things that we have. So it's like, you have to just say like, if I'm going to spend this time with my girls, or if it's going to be 20 minutes, it's going to be 20 minutes. I like what my brokers do when we have Zoom. Like the broker just say, okay, we from 7 to 7:20. If we go over 7:21, 7:22, she like, I love y'all, but we got to cut up out of here, because it's still giving everybody a time to meet, but it's still giving it's just having boundaries. Like, I know I have to go and I know you guys have to go, but it's still making those intentions is very important if you want something to work. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's true. And recently me and Ugama kind of went through this. It was, I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody had passed away, like I said, on social media that we knew of, or something happened. But I've been doing a lot of like self-evaluation and figuring out like what is it that I need from my friends, like what do I miss the most. And like me and Ugama really had a deep conversation about stuff that I was harboring and that she didn't even know nothing about. She was like really lost, and she was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know I made you feel that way. And it was just like 100 pounds lifted off my shoulders, because somebody who I used to talk to every morning before I went to work, what I'm saying, we kind of lost that communication. I was just wondering like, dang, what happened in this process? We need to get back to that. What I'm saying? And we really have been trying a lot better to do, to communicate with one another, to check in, because at the end of the day, I don't know what you go through. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you go through on a daily basis. So for me, as a friend, I need to spend at least that 5 minutes while I'm on my way to work. Hey, let me call this person, see how they doing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me text this person and see, make sure they're okay. Let them know I'm thinking about them. Because at the end of the day, it's like nobody is a mind reader. And at the end of the day, if you don't tell them what you want or what you need, you know what I'm saying, you're never going to get it. And then you're going to be upset with yourself because you haven't voiced that to your friends, your so-called friends, that, hey, I'm in need. I need help. I'm struggling. I'm doing this. I need y'all to show up. I need my sisters. I need something because I'm breaking down. Life is life in. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, I'm working on myself, because I'm one of those persons that I will hold something in. You know what I'm saying? I could be an open book, but then I could also hold in a lot of hurt. And I'm trying to release that, because that's something that I don't want to hold on to, because these are my sisters. Like, if I'm going to tell anybody something, it's going to be them. It may be, you know what I'm saying? It may be today, it may be this person. Next week, it may be this one. 2 months from now, it may be that one. But everybody going to know what's going on,
Right. And I love that you said that, April, too, because sometimes we be like, we don't want to put our trash in your trash can, because I know what you have going on in life, right? But I'm learning how to change the mindset. I don't have to necessarily put your trash or feel like I'm putting my trash in your trash can, because we could just put our trash in the middle and make this bonfire and burn all that shit up. You know
I'm
what I'm
telling
saying?
you.
Like,
Yeah.
over and
Right.
just sip our wine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's again, it's just like you getting out of that headspace of, because I was the same way. I was like that too. Like I would just keep everything bottled up, because especially when it came to talking about my anxiety, because I'm looking around like nobody else is going through what I'm going through. And then the more I started talking about it, like the crew, we all deal with anxiety, you know, so, and everybody handle it differently. So because I was able to speak about it, it just made me again go back to that I'm not alone. Number one. Number two, I took it off of me. And that's the key. You take it off of you and you release it, right?
Yeah,
So it's not that you're putting it on somebody else. I'm just releasing so I could be a better version of myself to show up how I need to show up for you. So I love that you said that. And I also wanted to just tie in too. This is why this episode was so important in this topic, because I did want to show people that Black women we do have friends. We could be friends, and it's healthy. Okay, because there's this thing going out there that, you know, Black women can't be friends. Some people can't. Y'all can't. Y'all go over there, right? But the ones that can, we shine the light on, because it's so important. Like I said, that sisterhood means so much. It's needed. We spoke about life is life, and we spoke about, you know, just how we go through stuff. And I go to therapy, so I always take back what I learned from therapy, and I always share it. You know, because some people may not even want to go to therapy because for whatever personal reason, but whatever I can share, I often share just to help. But y'all, the sisterhood is so important nowadays. How do you think that you're able to get through life if it wasn't for, even if it's just a text, if it wasn't for the meetups and, you know, just having that consistency, like you always just have that person. I think it was said too, you hold on to the memories. Like, I know this person is there. However, I do need to see y'all a lot more. Okay. Because I don't want to just hold on to the memory. I may need a hug, right? My therapist told me I need a hug. This means I don't even like hugging like that, but then now I'm saying my feelings and stuff. This means I do need a hug. And I done called up my mama. Now she coming next month. My friends that came this month, you know, so it's so important to just release that. And it could look, and you can have somebody, because it ain't gonna look all glitz and glam. You know, we ain't gonna sit on here, look how we look in the day. You got the hair blown. We got Beyonce down there for real, y'all. With the hair blowing in the wind, like serving look, okay? It's about being able to do that ugly cry. Like, I want to be my authentic self, right? I want, like, let me take the lashes off. Let me just be who I am. Sometimes I don't even need you to say nothing. Just be there. Just listen to me. So I wanted people to see this. This is so important because, and even now, I see so many people who want to be, I want to be a part of this sisterhood. As women, we look for that. We look to be, I don't know what it is that you want to fulfill, but if you don't have the consistency, it starts with self first and foremost. Are you even a good friend? Are you a good friend to yourself before you can even, you know, add other people as well? Because it does take a lot. It's so many people I've met that y'all not even consistent. I can't deal with it. You know, it's like, oh, friends, I want to go out. I want to do this and that. But then when it's time to even just text, wait, y'all go listen. Let me stick to my lifelong friends for right now, you know, because maybe y'all, that was the season y'all was in to just say, hey, you wanted to be friends. And what I gathered from this conversation tonight is that when life gets complicated, sisterhood still looks like giving grace. It's the consistency over frequency, right? It's that mutual respect for one another in the different seasons. You know, hey, each in the season where she out here selling homes, right? Come on now, just book an appointment. Mama over there, she over there just being a mom to these two beautiful girls. Everybody's doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? And Lacey may over to be in her resting season. Because I've done my work in the beginning. So I'm not I'm not turned right now, but I'm still here. So Lacey may be the one that we gonna call on when we just need the woosah, because she's in for right now. She's in her resting stage while everybody else is in that hustling stage. So you just have to respect your sister and where she is in her season. And it's more so about shared values over shared schedule. That's so much important as well. So when you're looking for your friendships, what you're vetting as well. Like, do we share the same morale and values? That's so important, because how can we connect spiritually? Where are you? Can we have that talk? Because sometimes I may need you to hit me with a scripture, affirmation or something, but it goes back to what we said tonight of understanding. You have to understand who you are first and foremost, and know that I'm not the 17-year-old Brittany. I'm a 37-year-old Brittany. So what I need now looks totally different. But I understand, because one of my best friends, she also has twins as well. And so we, it's beautiful to share like the mom vibes, but then it's also beautiful when you can just share like life. Like, we can say it's a safe space. F them kids. We can have that moment. Can we just, and y'all see how I keep saying that? Because I'm over my son with this one Nintendo Switch. So maybe this is my venting moment as well. Okay. Anyways, I digress. But nonetheless, it's just so much it's just so much that we don't get to see, because social media takes over, and the friendships can't last because it's the pettiness that you see. People talking behind each other back. Nobody's lifting and clapping up for each other, right? No, y'all won't even share the post of another woman nowadays, let alone you talk about you want a friend. What does that really look like for you? That's a rhetorical question. You could leave a comment when you're watching this rebroadcast, or put it in the chat now. What does friendship look like to you? Maybe, and I hope that there were some nuggets that was dropped tonight that will make you sit back and think, and hopefully that you can get out the group chats and meet in person, because that is so important. That in-person connection, you do. All of us need a hug. I'm gonna just say it right here. We all need that. We all need that in person, just loving. Sometimes it's not enough to just over the phone. It's a pacifier for that moment. Hey, I can't show up because, I have this going on right now, but I could show up when it's the delivery time, right? I may not make it when you in the emergency room, but I'm here. I got you during delivery. And sometimes that's what matters the most. And we are coming up on the end. And before we wrap things up, I just want to ask each of you, what is something that you all share with each other, like an affirmation, anything that's uplifting, to just that you share with your sister that you wouldn't mind sharing with us?
Well, real quick, I wanted to add to what you said before we went into the affirmation. But this could kind of do the same thing somewhat. But I would say that sometimes just asking also if your friend have the capacity to handle your things that you have going on, too. Because as much as they love us, they probably will take on a whole lot and can't even handle it. You know what I'm saying? So I know I like to do that because I feel like my stuff could be heavy. I feel like it could be too heavy sometimes. So I'm like, baby, can you handle this capacity? If not, I could wait. I could hold it, or we could do this another time. And I respect that, because that's important to me too, because I love this person. I don't want to be, dumping too much. And then I also thought about when having kids and being in marriages and, and things start changing. We change as women, right? We change. And if it wasn't for, these girls, some of the words that, even for Isha is really good for me, reminding me who I am. Just like, hold on, sis. You ain't comb your hair. You ain't put on no clothes. You been out here. You ain't done none of that. And it's like, you need to pop your, okay? You need to let them know. That is so important, because you could be out here lost, not even yourself, and don't even realize I'm just going. Don't even realize, and you need that girl to remind you, hey, you need to put that on and stop playing. And then it bring you back. Okay, this who I am. I almost forgot.
That's so true.
Almost forgot.
Right, Eve.
You
That
always
is
want
so
for
true.
others and forget about yourself. That's so true.
Yeah. Before the next person tap in, I just also want to shout out. We got Bo Weezy in the chat. Shout out to Bo Weezy.
What?
DJ, go DJ.
So thank you for being here and supporting us as well.
Oh, Weezy.
Bo Weezy.
That's our favorite
You know, you
DJ.
know.
21. Thanks for getting us into the club before we was 21.
Right.
Hey, y'all probably don't remember. Remember when we were in Chubby's in Tally and Bo shouted us out? He was on the mic and he was like, "One time for Jewel."
Everybody,
He don't care
Y'all
if
be
it's one of
celebrities.
us. He gonna shout the whole crew out.
Bo, you
Right.
put it on the map.
Brittany, no lie. After that, that's when everybody in Tally started making names for their groups. Just putting
I
that out
believe
there.
it.
Just putting it
I
out.
believe it.
Here
Okay, and I know
come
we
Petty Betty.
and I'm sorry, but this one moment I have to bring up. This how I know y'all some ride or die. It was in Tallahassee. And I don't know who fight this was.
Wait,
But
are you
when
supposed to be saying this on the internet? What is
yep. I
okay.
don't know who fight this was,
Whatever we
but
gotta say, it was probably justified because we are like classy. Like we're the classiest group out.
this was their winter
So whatever
season.
you
This
gotta say,
was
was justified.
what is it? This was the coldest winter ever. Okay, this was their winter season because when I think it was Lacey, when I saw Lacey with that sock,
Oh, I know what that was. That was College Club.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh
we
yeah.
gotta talk about being a ride or die for your sister now. That's
If you mess with one, you gonna mess
come
with
on now.
all. You messing with
Period.
all. Please do not play.
Baby, they was coming down the stairs, they jumping over balcony. I'm just playing, they was jumping over balcony. But that's how it looked for me. It was just like, man, when you right, like when you talk about some riders, that nah, I just had to shout that out about the coldest winter ever when you talk about that winter season.
Yeah,
That was College Club, baby. That was the club right there, boy.
The knocked
we
on
and back then it wasn't group messages, it wasn't all that extra stuff. But at the end of the day, we got a point across. Don't play with us.
Come
Don't
on.
play. Don't play with us.
Not even.
Don't do it. Because if it don't matter, we could just be the most prettiest girls ever. But don't play with us.
How many times you had to hop in the car and skirt
I'm
pulling up
telling
on
you.
it?
Okay.
Okay,
Ugama.
Gama. Okay, Gama. The most classiest one over there. Okay.
Right.
Try to win now.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I got no personal.
Doing that.
Plead the fifth.
I plead off 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All of them.
Look, I'm sorry, I couldn't let this episode end and not we had to just talk about that part of the sisterhood. Like, don't get it twisted when we talk about that winter season. That's what comes along with it, y'all. When you have your sisters, you ride for them.
But
Okay, and see.
you only got to do it once. So it ain't no what they said. What the lady say. You don't, that bark is loud. Okay, you got to do it once. Then they know.
Hello,
Don't mess with me.
somebody. Okay, and I'm sorry. Back to the affirmations or positive words that you have for women who want that sisterhood, that connection. Okay, instinct.
There's an affirmation.
You can do an affirmation, words of encouragement.
I think that the person or people who would want a form of a sisterhood need to be a sister to themselves. Like they need to embody everything that they want that person to be. They need to embody that.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty, if they want longevity, if they want somebody who's going to, be a ride or die for them, or if they want someone who's going to speak up for them, they need to actually embody that because loyalty is earned. So if they're going to be loyalty comes through experiences. It comes with love. It comes with care. It comes with just like what you just said. Like it's really not too many people who are going to get through that bubble. So you need to embody anything that you want to attract. So I feel like that's one of the things that keep us together because everybody's not going to have the same personality. Everybody's not going to have the same wit. Or everybody's not going to have the same fight. But we all have so many different attributes that make us one hell of a group. So it's like if one is missing, we like, dang, we need that. It's almost a dynamic that you actually need that. It's not gonna work without it. You know what I mean? So whatever, if somebody would like to have friends or good friends that turn into family, then you need to embody that, because
Definitely.
fakeness, it goes away quick.
Treat others as you want to be treated.
The golden rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely need to embody that. And I think what that does is creates the safe space for the friendships to bloom. Like,
Mhm.
you know, just like in a like a loving relationship, you know, they always say you have to be vulnerable and all. It's the same thing in your other relationships too, in your friendships too. But you can't do that until you feel safe. And I
Yes.
know we about to wrap it up, so I'm gonna try to go fast, but like rewind back some years ago when I first found out I was pregnant with my oldest son. And I was going through a rough time, you know, and we ain't gonna talk about all the details of it, but let's just say me and his dad were not seeing eye to eye. And the girls clearly knew I was going through it, but I was trying to be quiet and just kind of stay to myself, put my head down, focus on my studies, and just tough it out. And they called me out. Like literally, Lacey, come out here. They made me sit on the couch, made me open up, made me talk to them. What's going on? We don't like how you acting. We don't, you know. And I was like, ooh, I don't want to talk. Like I don't want to do this. But they made me feel safe. They made me feel loved. It was, you know, I could tell that they really, really, truly cared. And this was I consider really early on in our friendship. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I opened up to them, and then after that, we took off, and they, baby daddy, who I had a jewel, like
Was
I
the
was
baby daddy?
good. Hmm?
We were the baby daddy.
That's right.
Period. Oh yeah,
Because I slept in the bed with you, so I felt like that
you
was
did.
And my breasts were trying to get taken early on. And I was ready.
Like
Oh, you
Taylor
so
Whitney.
silly.
That's close. We was close. That's a
We were.
bond.
He smelt it.
it was a bond. It was
Mm-hmm.
a bond.
It's a hell of a bond. Mhm.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
used to stay and sleep in the bed with Lacey, and I used to go through feeling all this stuff, these emotions. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think, oh my gosh, my baby coming in, that means somebody gotta go. I'm about to die. The Lord gonna
Oh
take it.
my gosh.
He
So
coming in,
dramatic.
that means I got to
Wow.
go. It's me who got to go.
So crazy. What is wrong with you?
Oh,
Girl,
why?
I just thought we were just that so connected that, and I was not able to sleep. A lot of times she would be over there knocked out, like done, and I'd be
You
like
was real
panicking.
Eddie.
The baby is coming.
Wow.
I'm gonna be the sacrifice.
Bruh, she
Wow.
always tripping like that. You
I think
something
it's a
wrong with
Capricorn thing though, Jess, because my brain go there too. I think it's a Capricorn thing. You're not
Okay.
alone.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Mhm.
you know, we just
Thank
it's over the top. Anything that's small going to to extravagant fiesta.
But
Correct.
I did have this thought though when Bungie said about giving that space to grow, and I wrote this down in case I didn't want to forget because I said it before to one of my other friends, and I did not want to forget it. Uh, Friends, it's like a flower. It needs to be in the right condition to grow and to bloom. It needs the sunlight, it needs the water, it needs care. So it's just like our friendship. We need love, we need understanding, we need patience. And as that flower grows and the petals fall off, but this is how our friendship deepens and makes something so beautiful, you know. And that is just, I felt that thing. I was saying it out to one of my friends, Megan, too. Shout out to her. But I'm like, listen, and you should, you know, I used to hold things in, I used to hold things in, and it just told me this, you gotta say how you feel now. You gotta say how you feel. And I got real deep. It just came out because we was like a flower. We was not watering that flower. We was not watering the flower. The flower is going to die.
Oh,
That's exactly how it is. Like, we want to create this beautiful thing because when we create this beautiful thing, other people see it and then they want them to settle for ours too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we just have to continue to water us and grow. I don't know. We kind of went off on the affirmations, but
Yes,
It was
sorry.
affirmation, words of encouragement. Y'all touched on it. Y'all
okay.
sure
We
did.
always getting people
Mhm.
trying to put in applications to be in our group. We told them we ain't accepting no applications. We got
No,
enough.
that's right.
Trying to keep up with the ones we got.
And you
Telling
can't
you.
leave the group. Blood in, blood out.
Sorry.
There we go.
But that's a good thing though. So at least, it's not the application is not open, but at least, hopefully you're listening to this episode and watch it on rebroadcast. So that way you have your own nuggets to start your own sisterhood. We can't add you to the crew because it's already here. The foundation is already set. Sorry, not sorry, but we can tell you how to create your own and keep it and grow it.
Oh,
Plant the
that's
seed,
right.
water it.
Manifest it. That's
Come
right.
on now, we can help with that.
To anybody, the last thing I would say to anybody who wants a longevity friendship is to keep your friends in your face and in your phone, not on social media. So it's that's not our world when it comes to friends. And I feel like this new world has everything so splattered about on social media to the point where so many people have their opinions about your friends. It's really hard for you to maintain a friendship in this day and age. So it's like, I feel like with us, thank God we don't have that where we can't say like, we put a post out and we got to look at the post and think of the person talking about us. Like, no, we're not doing that. So it's like for us, I feel like friends should stay in face or on the phone, not on social media.
Telling you.
Yeah. So I cheated a little bit. I asked ChatGPT because ChatGPT be coming through with it.
One time for chat. One time for chat. Chat, where you at?
Come
I was
on.
like, Chat, come help me out because she didn't ask the question. I don't know the answer to because we ain't giving affirmations. We just talking.
Right.
And one thing ChatGPT, which I like, it said, "I trust that I will be seen, supported, and celebrated by women who align with me with my spirit." And I think that was thank you, ChatGPT, because you've been coming through in this AI world.
Thanks, chat.
And I think that if we keep that in mind and we speak that over our lives, we'll align with people who match our energy, and can accept us for who we are, because that's the most important thing. Like we're us all here, we're not all the same. We're the same in some things, but we're different people. Like some of us are louder than others, some of us are funnier than others, some of us are calm, some of us are gangster and prissy. And so, but at the core, we align with each other. And so getting those friendships that and speaking that affirmation of friendships that can align with who you are as an individual and can accept you for who you are as an individual, that you don't have to change that be exactly who you are
Alter
in
your
every
character.
season, because I am not the person that they were trying to make me plead the fifth to. I am
Ooh, thank you,
I have
Jesus,
changed.
for growth.
And so, and in my change season, they still have accepted me. Thank you.
First of all, that little baby is down there. That baby deep down there. Okay. It can come out. That
It
baby
can.
deep.
But I'm a different person and I'm changed.
Oh yeah.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Beautiful change.
Right. I would say too, I was thinking how, like, for me and Isha, how our birthdays are so close together, right? And we are almost the same, but we so different. And like she's this person in almost like straight lines. I like scribbly lines.
Oh yeah.
She like things neat. I like scattered. You know what I'm saying? So we are different in a lot of ways, but still the same. But God knew to connect us the way He did, because sometimes I need, and that goes for the rest of them too, I need somebody to straighten my little squiggly lines. Because baby, sometimes my mind be so scattered. It's like, all right, God, this is what needs to happen. This is the order it needs to go. Sometimes I just need that. Sometimes I just need that. You know what I'm saying? Like she could be my man in another life. Like sometimes I just
Yeah, we go together real bad.
Real bad, right? I love it.
And she would tell me, she'd be like, if I call her, she know I'm not no crybaby. I'm like, I'm be thugging. I'm thug. You feel me?
corporate thug. Corporate thug.
Like, if I call her, she's like, what's going on with you? If I just like, she's like, where are you at? Where are you? She's like, I'm like, don't you gotta get the kids? Where you at? Like, that's her favorite line. But where you at? She love to say that. Yeah, but where you at though? Where you at? And she is going to pull up. She gonna pull up. She gonna bring me some flowers. That's my man. She gonna bring me some flowers. She gonna bring me some food, some sushi. She gonna bring anything that gonna make me feel better. She pulling up.
Tears. Now we ain't gonna meditate no tears. When you cry, you gotta move. Okay. Now we done hit capacity. It's time to move.
Yeah, that's real.
I think we are so imperfectly perfect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to describe us.
I love that. I really, really, really love it.
Real good.
Yes. And that's
You hit that, April.
April's gonna pull up. You gonna pull up. April gonna pull up. I can't lie about that.
I might be a little tired, still got my work clothes, but I'm gonna get there.
And she gonna fuss while she's standing there. So what you was crying for?
Oh my God.
I love this. I just love y'all so much. Like, wow. What an incredible, incredible conversation tonight. We laughed, we reflected, and celebrated the strength of sisterhood that truly goes beyond seasons. So, whether it's through friendship, family, or fierce dedication, the ladies of AJULE have reminded us, y'all, that when women come together with love, purpose, and authenticity, anything is possible. To every listener out there, cherish your tribe, nurture those bonds, and never underestimate the power of showing up for the people who matter the most. Because real sisterhood, it doesn't fade with time, it evolves, it strengthens, and it stays. Thank you, ladies of AJULE, for coming into the ladies' lounge and chopping it up with your girl. I had an amazing time. Like, thank y'all so much. And it just shows the true value that you all have for each other. Because Jessica was my point of contact, but she kept, when I asked for pictures, she was like, I don't know if everybody gonna show up. And then she kept sending me pictures. This be come through. We got the whole crew. I'm excited. I'm here for it.
The whole crew. Thank you so much for allowing us to be on this platform. This was so great. I'm so happy that we were all saying in a group, like, should we rehearse? What should we talk about? But this was so authentic, and it was just very it was
needed.
good. Very good. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I am so, and thank you for sharing that, because Jess was like, I'm sorry, Lacey, you know I love you, cousin. But Jess was like, do you have an outline? Because we know Lacey she gonna be nervous. This girl, I'll be nervous too. So let me just send the outline.
Not do my dog like that. She just likes something to be good. Don't do my dog like that.
That's right.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. And I came through, shout out to Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Okay. Come through with the outline. So just so y'all know, if you need anything to get done, okay, Chat GPT is with at. But thank you to everybody again, just in the chat, just joining us in the ladies lounge. If this episode spoke to your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. Well, I know for me, I can't speak for everybody else if everybody else don't want to put their social media out there. But this is also a platform that is an open invitation. So if anybody wants to come on in the lounge, chop it up with your girl and have these meaningful conversations, make sure you connect with me. You can find me on Facebook under Britt Danielle. Ladies Lounge now has an Instagram. We are on TikTok. I am not hard to find in these social media streets. Just keeping up with the digital age. But I would love to extend an invitation to welcome you ladies back, to have more conversations, because as I always say, we have to tell the story before the time runs out. These are conversations that need to be had. I wish I had them when I was younger, but I understand, it comes up when you go through life. So because we have people that's watching us, whether they are our seasoned saints all the way down to our young generation, we just want to make sure that we're continuing to build the kingdom and build community as well. And hey, make sure y'all tag your tribe, let them know you appreciate them, because tonight we have given out so many flowers. We done took the flower shop out of business, y'all, because sisterhood, it deserves to be celebrated out loud, y'all. So remember, you deserve to live intentionally, love deeply, and embrace your growth. Until next time, keep shining.
One more thing.
Come on with it.
Huge shout out to our moms and our dads, because even when we were younger, they always made space for us to still be around each other. So shout out to our parents and our special angel, Mama Gwen.
Mama
Yes.
Gwen.
Oh, yes.
She
Shout
was the
out.
honorary
Shout out.
AJULE. The honorary
Yes.
AJULE.
Oh yeah, she was in the group.
Yes, she made herself in the group, so she was our honorary AJULE.
I love that. I love that. And I'm also too, real quick, Bo, if you in the chat, this is a direct invitation to you, because I would love to have you on a podcast as well. So Bo, get at me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get at you in your inbox. Y'all tell them, come on here.
But
I'm gonna text
I
him
ain't never
soon as
have
we
a
get off.
DJ. I ain't never have a DJ on, Bo.
Be back.
What you say?
I said we will be back. I'm pretty sure we'll be back after we done made an intentional meetup with all 5 of us, and we got to prove each other wrong that we all can like show up. We'll be back.
There we go.
We're
gonna have, so there it is, y'all. We're gonna have a part 2 of Where Are They Now?
Yes.
You know, we should say it here.
Hey, 3 months later, what is?
That's that accountability, and I love it. I love it. But again, shout out to each and every one of you for showing up here tonight, and shout out to everybody else for showing up for yourself. If no one has told you, let me be the first that I love y'all, and I hope that you all have an amazing day. Join me next Wednesday. This is for my fellas. I do need the ladies on, but like I always say, just because it says the ladies lounge, the fellas have been showing up. And next week we have Wiley G, who is going to come, and he's going to talk to the Black father, well, not just Black fathers, but fathers in general. We're going to have the conversation about the legacy code. There's a lot of men out here who are great fathers, and then we have some, of course, that need a little bit of help, right? But ultimately, what does your footprints look like? What are you leaving your kids behind? You know, you're doing the work now, but what's important is what are you leaving for them to carry on? So we gonna talk about the legacy code next week, y'all, right here in the Ladies Lounge at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And if you are watching this on rebroadcast, y'all leave a comment. Make sure you share this out with your tribe. Love on them. AJULE, I love y'all. I see y'all. Shout out to all
Love you too.
Patriots, FAMU. We in the building, y'all. Until next time, y'all have a great night. I love y'all.